What's going on, everyone? This is Jordan with Conquer Trading and Investing, and right now we're going to look at what price would you sell your Bitcoin during the next bull market in Bitcoin, and I want to give you a look at where we expect that's going to be and why. Where I want to start this off with you, I want to bring your attention to right over here when Bitcoin traded to just over $1, and you can see then it pulled back a little bit, and then it came back and it made a new high. Now it started just lifting off here because there's no supply overhead. Bitcoin had never traded higher than this before. There's nothing in the way. It made it all the way up to a high of $32 before pulling back all the way to $2. Now that was about a 93% decline. 93% decline. Now that was the high before the first halving. After the first halving, here we go, directly after the first halving, right here, Bitcoin trades above $32 for the first time, and you can see there's nothing overhead. Bitcoin goes all the way up until it pulls back a little bit, and then goes on again to make a new high before reaching a high of $1,163. And again, this was the high until the next halving occurred. Okay, now that pullback was about an 85% drawdown. The first one had a 93% drawdown. The second time Bitcoin pulled back during the high of the cycle, it was 85%. And it doesn't make a new high until, you guessed it, after the second halving. Here it is right here. Price goes on to make a new high, pulls back a quick 30%, and then from there goes on to make new highs, screaming upwards. Here in this area again, about another 30% drawdown, and then again another 30% drawdown, and then over here reaches finally a high of $19,892 before, you guessed it, pulling back another 84%, 93, 85, 84. Before, here comes the third halving. We're about 4 months away to the third halving. What's going to happen after the third halving? You guessed it, Bitcoin's going to go on to make new all-time highs. Where might that high be? All right, let's do this. Remember these numbers with me: $32, $1,163, and $19,892. Now, here's what we're going to do. Here's the $32, right? And then we had the high in the first halving of $1,163. All right, we get a factor of 36. All right, that's the difference. 32 times 36 equals 1,163. All right, so remember this number 36 now. Now we're going to take and input in that high, 1,163, the high of the second halving. And this time we divide it, we get a factor of 17. All right, first we had 36. All right, divided by 2 is 18. All right, so this time we have a factor of 17, right? Little less than half. So now what happens here? Let's take the high of 19,892. All right, let's divide the 17 by 2 again. First time we divided 36 by 2, you get 18, right? So we took away 1, we had 17. Here we're taking 17 divided by 2, right? We get 8, 8.5. So we'll just use 8. All right, so let's times the high times a factor of 8 this time. We get $159,000. $159,000 and $136. Right? So $160,000. All right, let's take a look at this. $160,000 we have as the next possible high of Bitcoin. Now, remember that number, $160,000. We're going to come right back to it. But first, I want to take a look at this chart with you. This is Bitcoin yearly candles. All right. First thing you notice is these two red candles, and then you notice these big candles. Here's one big candle. Here's another big candle. Where are we right now? We're in 2020. Bitcoin's up 43% so far this year. Okay? Where are we as far as these candles? Well, these big candles occur the year after the halving. right? So we had the halvening in 2012. The year after, 2013, boom. All right, the last halvening was in 2016. We have a video on the halvening cycle explaining it and giving a price prediction as well. Take a look at that if you want to learn more. Here's the 2016 halving. The year after, 2017, boom. Where are we right now? 2020, the year of the third halvening. What is 2021 going to be? Boom. All right, let's take a look. I told you to remember that price of $160,000. We're going to get back to it. This is Plan B, stock to flow model on the scarcity of Bitcoin and predicting price along the model. He has Bitcoin should be trading at a price by December of 2021. Remember, 2021 is the boom year. By 2021, Bitcoin should be trading at $110,000 by December of 2021. All right? Now look, it overshoots the model. Here you got the stock to flow model, the price of Bitcoin, and on the way up, after this is the halving cycles. These vertical lines here are the halving cycles. All right, after the halving cycle, it overshoots the projected price of where it's supposed to be. I'm looking for higher Bitcoin prices. I'm not saying that we're not going to see or that we're not going to take out this 1620 low. If that happens, then we're going to be kind of like in DEFCON high alert situation. And then we'll be monitoring closely, expecting that bigger 30% pullback. But right now, after recovering so quickly, I'm looking personally for higher prices. You do have another nice piece of news over here. MicroStrategy is announcing an offering of $400 million. They want to buy that Bitcoin with that. They're basically raising dollars to buy another $400 million of Bitcoin. MicroStrategy already has a target on their back. That target is they are the public company that has the greatest reserve holdings of Bitcoin. I think it's like the 5th largest Bitcoin holding already in the world. Every company is going to want that honor. Every company is going to want that honor. As MicroStrategy here bids it up over here, that is absolutely fire. Absolutely fire. All right. I missed Kip's wisdom. I was just doing a lot of talking. I didn't see it. All right. Let's keep going over here. Let's find out what's going on across the markets now that we got a little bit. 144. Thanks, Ted. So I'm confused, and I guess I could look it up on my own. I thought that he had like 2 models and changed his model. Did he not? I mean, there was an interview on what Bitcoin did, and he's talking about a $280,000 price target. If he's talking about that in the next halving, then he's way underestimated. I'm confused. I'll figure it out on my own. That's what I thought. Digital money. I'm on Digital Money's page, and I don't know which one's right, which one's wrong. I want to find out. But I thought that this is the right here, Plan B, stock to flow shows 250 for late 2021. I thought this is also what I'm at, but I will check. It's confusing with the multiple. There we go. All right. There we go. It's confusing because he changed the model. Anyone know how many trillions of smart money's on the sidelines? This is probably the comment of the day, right? How smart is that smart money, right? By the way, there was something that I did want to share with you. I retweeted it over here. Let's take a look at it. First, let me give a little bit of love with the thumbs up over there. And just watch this really quick. This is really interesting. This is right over here. This is Gold Telegraph. The G10 central banks expected average monthly QE in 2021. This is insane. The Fed, $120 billion on pace for what? $1.4 trillion in 2021. The Bank of England, the ECB is basically lockstep. That right there is crazy. That's a crazy amount of liquidity that is going to be introduced in 2021. And then you could just take up these random, 25 billion here, a month, 18 billion here, blah, blah, blah. No, I won't sell at 100. I'm going to, Track Field is asking if I will sell, exit my Bitcoin position, start planning our Conquering Trading and Investing meetup at $140,000 or before. Neither one of those is the case. I kind of expect in my gut that we're going way higher than that. I'm going to be timing this on a variation of a date using the time from the low of the last cycle to the halving, how many days that took, less 2%, as that worked out in the first and second cycle. So that's an indication that I have. And then the other indication I'm using is the cycle pi indicator that gave the perfect exit in both the first two cycles over here. Let me just go ahead and add that really quick so you can see it. This is the pi cycle top indicator, and this is used only on the daily time frame. I will be sharing it with you as we get over here towards the top, and you could see over here, right over here when they crossed, that was actually almost the top tick. I want to get out within 25%. This cycle pi indicator in both cycles gave the very, very top, and that's what you could see over here again. Here's the top of that other previous cycle in 2013. The crossover gave the perfect top signal. So of course I'm going to be trying to pay attention to that. So it's going to be a combination of things that I'm going to do my best to get out towards the top, but it will not be at 140,000 or anything like that. That's where we're expected to overshoot to. That should be around where the high is. If we get that high, I'll help you out. I will alert you. You don't want to be having the fear of missing out, that price is going to keep going higher and it's going to hit $500,000. No, that's the price to sell. $160,000, $150,000 is time to get out, because you know what's going to happen next? I'll tell you what's going to happen right after that. Bitcoin, after it reaches $150,000 in that area, it's going to decline by a factor of close to 80%, 93%, 85%, 84%. Now here's what you do. You got to time it. It's a 4-year cycle. You got to time it. After that FOMO speculation kicks in, after Bitcoin overshoots, after it overshoots where it should be, before it has an 80%, 85% drawdown, you sell here, and then you buy back in. You buy back in later. We'll cover that in the future. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and do so right now. I look forward to sharing more with you.